Now, cast your mind back to the lockdowns of the pandemic, if you will. Many found themselves connecting with nature, spending more time in their garden and London's outside spaces. And for some, the pandemic was also a catalyst for change, turning their passions into professions. Thomas Magill has been to the Hampton Court Palace Garden Festival, which opened today, hearing how a horticultural hobby became a dream job.
That's a ginkgo. Yeah, just in that, like the dome shape. My favourite tree. Absolutely love ginkgos.
Passing on her passion for plants, Alice Cornwell always had an interest in nature, but it wasn't until she was travelling with her job as a dancer that she truly realised her heart was in horticulture.
When I was 16, I went to musical theatre school and I had a career as a professional dancer in musical theatre and toured the world for 2.5 years with a show with cats. Whilst I was on tour, I saw some amazing countries and cities, and I got to see a lot of botanical gardens there. So pre-show, I would go and sit in these gardens and parks, and that's where I realised that that's where I was happiest, was in the outdoors, and then that's why I decided to have the career change.
Well, during the pandemic, many of us spent longer at home and in our gardens, many dabbling with houseplants for the very first time, and now experts and organisers of the Hampton Court Palace Festival say they've seen a big number of people choosing to turn what was a hobby into a career.
We see lots of people who have been in business and have been in offices and working in London who now want to do something outside and something a bit more dynamic, but also people who want to career change in a much more gentle way. So coming through our qualifications that you can study part-time, we've seen a huge increase in those, and some providers have seen up to 1,000% increase in the people who are coming through them.
So the attraction may be a slower pace of life, or perhaps working in the great outdoors. But for Alice, who now works with community groups, there's other physical and mental health benefits too.
Being with plants is scientifically proven to help your well-being. So being outdoors, seeing insects, seeing animals, seeing what you're nurturing, helping the planet, for me that really, really helps. I work in community outreach, so I work with a variety of charities and groups and help enable them to do what I love doing, being outdoors and gardening. So that's so beneficial.
And as most gardens are in full bloom, there's perhaps no better time to dip your toes in the water if it's something that interests you. Thomas Magill, BBC London.